Hello, hello, my beautiful beloved. Welcome to another episode of the Sensuality of Color. This is the show where we visit the colors and see what intuitive messages might come through to support us on our sacred sexuality journey. This is something I think, oh gosh, I'm not sure what episode this is. I think we're on 4 now, maybe 5. But this has been in the works for a long time. My spirit guides were guiding me to divine with color for some time because I get messages through color, and it started really when I was doing energy healing. Messages come through in color, and there's just this understanding and this wisdom to the color that shows up in my mind. So it was just kind of clear, like, you should tap into this a little bit more, strengthen this for yourself, strengthen this gift, right? You know, we all have different gifts and different ways we connect with source, with wisdom, with our higher selves. This is just one that's showing up for me, so I decided to start exploring it further, finally, with a lot of prompting from my guides. So anyways, we're doing that. We're here, and we'll be, I think, potentially weekly, like, exploring this color, the sensuality of color. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll see what messages, what wisdom wants to come through. So we're just gonna and take a couple of deep breaths and just really open our channel and see what's ready to support us. I love to say thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Father Sun. Thank you to all of our spirit guides and helpers, the angels we connect with, any of the high vibe frequencies that really support us in our process. Thank you to our higher selves. Thank you to our beautiful bodies for showing up here today, right? So beautiful. So I have crayons that I put into a bowl, and that's how we're choosing our colors. And then I just kind of feel into it and see what comes through. And this is something you know, if this speaks to you, try it out. You know, grab some crayons or something else that represents, you know, a variety of colors for you. You could make some little swatches, some little cards, color them yourself, or however, whatever works. Maybe get some colored paper and cut it into squares or other shapes. That could be fun as well. So it's really, you know, it's just a creative process and just a fun way to explore and deepen our connection with our intuition and really support opening that channel for ourselves, right? A huge part of the sacred sexuality journey is getting more in touch with our feminine and masculine energies and bringing greater balance. We've been awfully disconnected from our intuition and our emotions in a real healthy way. So this is supporting the opening of that energy, the sacred feminine energy, which supports our masculine, right? It's all a balance. It's all a dance. So yeah, especially for, I mean, well, we've all gotten pretty shut down to our intuition in a society that really strengthens and supports the masculine qualities, which are amazing, but they need to be balanced. So this is a great practice for men and women to really open up and just listen to what's coming through. And we don't second guess ourselves, right? We just trust the first message that shows up and just like, okay, you know, that's part of it. A lot of us, we have the wisdom, it's coming through, but then we second guess it, right? We go up into our mind and like, well, I don't know. Is that really what it meant? Or did I hear that right? You know, it's just like, we got to trust it. That's part of this process as well, right? Really trusting ourselves. So that being said, again, just opening to the wisdom that's ready to come through. Grounding down into our bodies, getting out of the mind, moving down into our body, and really opening to the wisdom. Okay, today we have, I can't read it. Chestnut. Chestnut. It's a beautiful brownish color. So let's see what chestnut has to say for us. I was going to dive in because I already had some like, but it was more association with the color, which can be fine too. But let's give it a second, not crazy hair, and see what's coming through. So feel into that for yourself. What is coming through when you see this color? You know, what let's open and breathe and just see what wants to come in. when I picked this color, I was definitely connecting with my body and rooting down into the earth. It's a practice that's been extremely important to me on my sacred sexuality journey, moving down out of the mind, coming down into the body, and remembering to do so. So this is speaking to that for me, and that's what's coming through when I'm opening to the messages, and also the fact that it's chestnut. That would be nuts come from a tree, right? That have roots that root down into the earth. So really important part of our sacred sexual journey. And this is something you can practice by yourself or when you're engaging with a partner, really breathing down into the body, moving out of the mind. We can get really in the mind. Am I doing this right? Does this feel good? Would they like something else? Or just so many different ways we can be up in our head, right? And so much of what I try to, support us all with is really, and with my clients when I'm working with them, coming down into the body, coming down, breathing down, bringing the attention out of the mind. And that means getting very intentional and really like putting our awareness into our pelvic region. For me, that's where it's really most beneficial, and maybe something else will be good for you. Maybe it's in your legs, and maybe it's in your feet, feeling grounded and rooted down through your feet. But the tailbone and our pelvic region is just really, and that is where our sacred sexuality stems from. So again, really getting into the body, but rooting down, and then feeling a stillness, being still in our sexual experience as well. When I guide people, and we talk about it plenty here on this channel, self-pleasuring, like a morning practice. I encourage people 5 to 10 minutes every morning. Start your day off with just touching your body, like really feeling into it, getting present with it, opening to the sensations of the body. But there's a stillness. When we're in our sexual expression, so many of us can be very goal-oriented, right? Really focused on the outcome, and we miss the whole journey, right? We just want to get to the end goal, but there's a whole process and a whole journey. And this isn't everybody, right? A lot of people are very present in their experience, but for those of us that aren't or have struggled with that, just really stillness, just touching in that self-pleasuring, or with a partner, right? Just touching and being still and feeling the energy of our bodies. And what emotions arise for you? What is the feeling? Body, mind, and spirit. This path is so much about integrating all parts of ourselves on the sacred sexuality journey, and in sacred sexuality encounters, right? We can just be really, again, in our mind or two in the body, not bringing in any emotional connection and presence, right? So just super focused on the pleasure, which is amazing, but there's kind of a disconnect from the heart and the gratitude and the joy and the connection with another person and the open free flow and the self-love, right? That's what my self-pleasuring practice has turned into so much. It's a reverence and a self-love, cherishing, adoring, celebrating my body and my sexual energy and the pleasure and the flow and the spiritual connection of it all, the spirituality of it all, right? It's a gorgeous, beautiful, divine energy. It is our life force energy. So when we bring all parts of that body, mind, spirit together, it really opens it up into a whole new experience of our sexual expression and our sexual encounters and our sexual energy, our passion, our creativity, our life force energy. Sacred sexuality is not just about an active physical sexual expression, right? It's the life force. It's the flow of sexual energy through us, which culminates or expresses in so many different ways. It's our creativity. It's a projects. It shows up in work. How we raise a family, right? It's a creative force. It's a creative force. We get here through the act of sexuality. It creates, right? It creates human beings. It creates so much in our world, right? It's all about this feminine, masculine energies and principles coming together to create. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And that's what's flowing through us. So, but again, let's come back to what this was bringing up for me there, like the stillness, the grounding down, the rooting down into our bodies, rooting our sexual energy into our bodies in a very conscious, present, connected way, and allowing the energy to root down in to connect with the Mother Earth to really support our process. And the more we come down into our bodies and just get still with our sexual energy, it really opens up and really expands, and it gets so freaking delicious, right? When you just like just touch and hold and allow that to speak to you, allow that to move you, allow that to what's the word I was looking for there? It's all right. Allow that stillness to guide you, right? To inform you, that's the word. Inform you of a bigger experience, and a bigger experience of yourself and your energies and your divinity. Really so gorgeous. And the divinity of our sexual energy, right? I love that. That feels complete for me. This is a beautiful, I just looked at the time, it was 11:44. That's such a beautiful, powerful, magical number. I really love going to the colors to see what comes through, to spark conversation, to bring in wisdom and messages, and really support us in our process. So thank you so much for being here. I'd love to know what this color, this chestnut, is bringing for you. What is it sparking for you? Feel free to share in the comments below, and like, comment, and subscribe if this has opened anything up for you. And if you're appreciating this video, I'd appreciate a like, a subscribe, and to continue this connection and this journey with you. That's what it's all about for me. I just love connecting with you all. So thank you for your presence and for being here. Thank you for honoring yourself and for exploring sacred sexuality. Something called you to this and brought you here. So thank you for that, and for being here, and for following that intuition. Let's see. Oh, feel free, please, to check out the rest of my YouTube channel for so much more to support you on your journey, and visit my website for so much more to support you in your process on the spiritual growth path, and our sacred sexuality. There's resources, more resources there. There's pilgrimages, programs, one-on-one sessions, blogs. There's an erotic poetry blog on there as well. I think you can get to it from there. I might need to update that actually now that I'm thinking of it, but I need to get that shared here. So just learned something new. Let's see what else. Get on my emailing list for exclusive content and exclusive videos to be sent into your inbox. Very fun. So thank you again. I really look forward to connecting with you at one of our upcoming events. A really great way to explore sacred sexuality a little bit more and see if this is something that you're ready for. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to more. Bye all.